meeting to order at 6 p.m. and declare that we do have a board quorum present. If you will please stand for our invocation, which will be led by Pastor Ronald Evans from Rock Church in Clute, and then our pledges of allegiance, which will be led by Clute Intermediate Interact Club Officer Student Caitlin Ennis, Deora Connor, Jayla Taylor, Stephen Jimenez, Ide Cardenas, Trey Bowersox, Cassandra Cantu, and Leke Aguilar. Mr. Evans.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we're grateful for this privilege. We can come to the throne of grace in our time of need and time of praise and worship. We thank you for this meeting today, for those who have served and do serve on this board. For all these parents and students that are here tonight, Lord, we ask your blessings on this meeting. We pray, oh Lord, while we are here. We lift up the families and the friends and loved ones of those in Santa Fe, the school, the administration there, Father. We lift them up before you for strength and for courage during this time. And Lord, over our school district here at Brazosport, Lord, you have been good to us and we thank you. Now, Lord, we ask your blessings on all of this and for your glory, and in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please join us in the Texas Pledge.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
There we go. I love kids. All right. Thank you. Thank you all very much. You may go. Unless you're getting another award, you come back.
I would like to ask the board to begin making its way to the front as we transition into our awards, achievements, and recognitions time, and I will now turn the presentation over to Mrs. Carla Chrisman.
Good evening, Superintendent Massey, Board President Howard, board members, staff, and guests. As you can probably tell, we have a lot to celebrate this evening. We have students and staff setting the standard across the state in so many ways. It's going to be an exciting evening. To let our folks in the entryway know, we do have a few seats up here that are open, and as we go through, the students may leave once they have been presented. So just to let you know that we'll be moving people in and out, and I will pause during this so that different groups can come in and out. We begin our recognition this evening with BISD's Name That Book winners. Next will be presented by Michelle Griffith, our lead librarian and instructional resource coordinator.
Good evening. BISD librarians, in a partnership with Brazoria County Libraries, developed the Great Texas Mosquito List for all of our schools, grades kindergarten through 2nd, 3rd and 4th, 5th and 6th, and 7th and 8th grade each year. These books are purchased for each campus, both in print and digital where available, and the students get to read the books from these lists. It is those books that the questions for our Name That Book competition are generated. Students at each campus compete to be on a team to represent their campus at a district-wide competition in April. On Saturday, April 14th, these teams met for the 4th annual Name That Book competition at Freeport Intermediate School. These students responded to questions based on the books that they read. The questions ranged from items about characters, plot, setting, or the theme of the book. These students were the overall champions for each grade section. We are proud to recognize the overall champions for grades kindergarten through 2nd grade from O.M. Roberts Elementary, Jaboris Carter. Some of our students are unable to be here tonight, but we're going to announce everyone on the team anyway. Leah Dodd, Hazel Maservi, Gael Fiorina, Miley Ibarra, Adeline Holderness, and their librarian, Bridget Llewellyn. 4th grade from Owen Roberts Elementary are Evan Harris, Essence Harris, Ella Hart, Brianna Dees, Emma Maservi, Truman Doe, Ian Golczewski, Leah Hammond, and their librarian Bridget Llewellyn. Overall champions for our 5th and 6th grade were from Rasco Middle School, Brianna Brigi, Sarah Dodd, Ariana Alvarez, Ella Atkins, Valerie De La Cruz, Christian Merritt, and their librarian Leanne Coon. Our overall champions were for 7th and 8th grade were from Lake Jackson Intermediate, Viviana Ariano, Sean McGregor, Rory Duncanson, Emma Sargent, Hassan Mahmood, Jacqueline Napoli, their librarian Cheryl Wood. We would also like to recognize librarian Shannon Pierce from Bradford High School, who organized the entire event.
All right. Parents, you're welcome to take pictures. You'll take the district picture, and then we'll pause and let you take as many pictures as you need. We don't run out. All right. You're welcome to come on up and take the picture. Come on up, sir. Not a problem. Come on in. All right, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Now we will have some coming in and some going in. We'll wait. We have seats up at the front. Please join us. We have seats up at the front.
I have elderly family members. Can I put them?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll watch it. A couple, there's some right there. All right, now we'll continue. It is my pleasure to announce the next two recognitions. They are for science. Our first, two BISD teams continue to set the standard in the Science Olympiad across the state. Science Olympiad is a cross-curricular, team-based, rigorous science competition that emphasizes problem-solving, hands-on constructive learning practices. The 56 challenging and motivational events are well-balanced between various sciences, engineering disciplines, biology, earth science, chemistry, physics, computers, and technology. The Brazos Wood and Lake Jackson Intermediate School Olympiad teams, coached by Lynn Robertson, Catherine Towery, Dr. Terry Allen, and James Weaver, prepare all year before and after school, requiring a vast amount of commitment, knowledge, and skill from each student. In February, Brazos Wood hosted over 25 teams from grades 5 through 12 from across Texas and Louisiana to take part in Brazos Wood's second annual Science Olympiad Invitational. Upon hosting this multifaceted event, Brazos Wood and Lake Jackson took their engineering skills to the regional competition where Brazoswood placed first and LJI placed second, which advanced them both to state competition. At this time, we would like to congratulate these students for qualifying in the state competition. Our first, Ms. Robertson and Ms. Towery, would you please come forward with your team? Ariana Bardsley, Julie Bradford, Aaron Dye, Kyle Evangelista, Maggie Hard, Jonas Lambert, Hassan Mahmoud, Christina Nicholson, Valerie Rodriguez, Betty Summers, Skylar Thompson, Sarah Torres, Minnie Tran, and Elizabeth Zamora. These are our Lake Jackson members, and at this time we'll take a photo.
Come on down here. All right, Mommy, just a second. Come on down here, kids. Yes. Good, all right. All right, Terrence, you're up. It can always happen.
There could be some better. There could be some good.
Thank you, LJI. Our first place team is state qualifying, Dr. Allen and Mr. Weavers. We have Riley Arnold, Hayden Baldridge, Walter Clemens and Waylon Clemens, Scott Davenport, Camille Edwards, Youssef, Brendan Paddock, Julia Lance, Ben Laurel, Royce Mullins, Emma Wynn, John Redden, Jeremy Capitula, Laney Scott, Gundeep Singh, Jimmy Tran, Brianna Long, Brian Wong, Miguel Valencia, and Amanda Corsack.
I'm going to ask you again, Mr. Howard, come in. Come here forward. All right. All right, Garrett. Anyone else? All right, thank you so much. And we move again.
Our next recognition, BISD is very proud to announce a great partnership with Dow Chemical in our 4th year participation in You Be the Chemist Challenge. The You Be the Chemist Challenge is a fun and interactive academic competition that engages students grades 5th through 8th in learning about important chemistry concepts, scientific discoveries, and laboratory safety. Representing Dow this evening, April Steelman, would you please join Mr. Mansky and the board? Please go. We would like to thank Dow for providing us with this educational opportunity and the Dow STEM ambassadors, coaches, and teachers for supporting our students in this endeavor and so many more. Thank you, Dow. This year, BISD had 6 students advance to state competition at the Houston Food Bank Conference Center. We are very proud to recognize the state qualifying students for their achievements and for setting the standard of academic excellence. Please come forward when I call your name. Kelsey Bancroft from Lake Jackson Intermediate School. Aaron Dye, exact 10, from Lake Jackson Intermediate School. Kellen Schuster from Rasco Middle School. Gregory Krabowski from Rasco Middle School. Alex Cardenas from Rasco Middle School. And Steven Jimenez from Food Intermediate School. Take your time. Take all you need. We are awesome. Thank you. And now to present our next student recognition is our Executive Director of Secondary Academics, Brian Cole.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to recognize several BISD students who participated in the 2018 Duke University Talent Identification Program in 7th grade. State recognition is given to those students who have achieved scores on the ACT or SAT rivaling those of half of the college-bound seniors who took the test. We are extremely proud of our honorees, and we appreciate the opportunity to celebrate their achievement and encourage them in their academic pursuits. As I call your name, those receiving state recognition, please come forward to be recognized. Kelsey Bancroft. Jasmine Chakmawala. Chris Copeland. Rowan Davenport. Aaron D. Hannah Ford. Julia Whitlow. Finally, we have one student who received grand recognition. This recognition goes to students who have earned scores equal to or better than 90% of college-bound seniors who took the same test. Please come forward, Hannah Faye.
Hannah, you come in the middle. Now, you will turn it this way. You guys will turn it that way. You get everybody in. All right. You all right? Yeah, okay. All right, go pictures go. We have plenty of time. Okay, now it's your turn. All right, thank you guys. We'll wait a moment. We'll have some empty chairs here, so we'll wait a moment. We've got wall space too. Come on in. All right. And now our next recognitions, to begin our athletic recognitions, we have Coach Farrell, who is the athletic director and head coach at Brazos Port High School.
Thank you for having us this evening. Although we're only recognizing 4 sports tonight, Brazos Port and then the Brazos Wood teams, I think it's a great time to recognize that every single sport at Brazos Port High School this year made the playoffs the first time. Our first honoree tonight are our girls soccer team. They were regional quarterfinalists, and they're coached by Coach Nickel. They had an outstanding season. Members of the 2018 Lady Exporter team include Carly Amonza, Corelli. I have all these phonetics here. She was honorable mention All-State, newcomer of the All-Brazoria County, 24 4A newcomer of the year, and academic All-District. Samantha Garza. Samantha is first team All-Region, co-forward All-Brazoria County, District 24 4A offensive MVPs, and academic All-District. She was second team All-Region, first team All-Brazoria County, District 24A first team, and academic All-State. Thus, that makes her academic All-District also. Jasmine Carazales. First team All-Brazoria County and District 24 4A first team. Natalie Carazales. 24 4A first team and academic All-District. Leah Hernandez. Leah was 24 4A second team and academic All-District. Arlette Gutierrez, 24 4A second team. Alicia Zavala, 24 4A second team and academic All-District. Haley Nanez, 24 4A second team and academic All-District, and our District Coach of the Year, Robert Nickel.
Everybody good? Okay. You're welcome to come up and take a picture. Please. Come on in. Come on in.
On the fridge.
Our boys soccer team, led by Coach Craig Mosley, also had an outstanding season. They too were area finalists. Members of the team include Isaiah Waddy, Isaiah was All-District, All-Region, the County Player of the Year, and academic All-District. Miguel Arroyo. Miguel was all district and all county. Jonathan Sanchez. Jonathan was all district. Matthew Castillo. Matthew was the newcomer of the year for the soccer team. And the representative coach is assistant coach Ronnie Pena.
Isaiah, go get back in line.
Our next honorees are our Bradford tennis team. They had the most successful season in years, led by Isaiah Waddy. Isaiah was academic all-district, second place in the district meet. A regional qualifier, finished the season with an individual 15-4 record and a 4-sport letterman this year. Next up is David Luera. David was a regional qualifier, a district champion in mixed doubles. His record was 23-5 in final weight in the regionals, and David also was a 4-sport letterman. David's partner, Hannah Wall, also a regional qualifier. Hannah and David teamed up for the regional qualifiers, mixed double champ. Their record was 23-5, and they finished 8th in the regionals, led by Coach Brock Owens.
I know you gotta go back. All right, here we go. All right, thank you.
Next honorees are members of the boys Bradford High School track team. They had an outstanding season with 6 members advancing to the state track meet and several onto regionals and areas. Led first, Elliot Cundiff. Elliot was the district champion in the 400 and 800 in a regional qualifier. Graydon Salvador. Graydon was a district champion, regional qualifier, and finished 3rd in the 4x200 at the state meet in Austin. Michael Champ. Michael's the first leg, as you can see, you got a quick start. Michael's a district champion, regional qualifier, and also finished 3rd in the state meet in the 4x200 meter relay. Amir King. Amir was district champion, regional qualifier, finished 3rd in the state meet in the 4x200s, and Amir missed the football recognition. He was also the county player of the year in football this past season. champion, regional qualifier, finished third in the state meet in the 4x200 meter relay. Led by head track coach Robert Jones. Bradford High School girls track team, coached by Anika Stevenson, also had 6 young ladies advance to the state track meet and several regional qualifiers. Starting with freshman Asia Gore. I say freshman because she was a district champion, a regional qualifier, and finished 4th in the state meet as a freshman. Lornell Fuller. Lornell was a district champion, regional qualifier, and state qualifier in the 4x4. Simone Fuller. Simone was a district champion, regional qualifier, and state qualifier in the 4x400. In education, we talk about perseverance a lot. This young lady tore her ACL at the district track meet in 2017 and rebounded to have a fantastic season. She was a district champion, regional qualifier, and state qualifier in the 4x400. Coached by Coach Anika Stevenson, head coach, and Coach Danelle Johnson, assistant coach.
Coach, let me step in. Thank you, gentlemen.
I was just informed if you want to come in, we have seats available now. If you all would like to come in. Parents. Next, we have the Brazos High School girls soccer team. They had another excellent year under the leadership of Coach Kim Blank and Andrew Rivera. The members of the Ladybug soccer team include, and I'm going to say all these things first because I won't be able to get them all out with y'all clapping. We have first team district goalkeeper, first team all-district, all-county goalkeeper, academic all-district, TASO academic all-state, Texas High School Coaches Association academic all-state, and TASCO first team all-region, Aubrey Pettit. Honorable mention all-district, academic all-district, Riley Hallam. Second team all-district, all-county honorable mention, Abby Cheek. Second team all-district, second team all-county, academic all-district, Kayla Cressman. MVP of the district, first team all-district, academic all-district, MVP of the county, TASCO academic all-state, Texas High School Coaches Association academic all-state, TASCO honorable mention all-state, all-star game representative, Connor Barker. First team all-district, academic all-district, first team all-county, Aaliyah Casas. First team all-district, academic all-district, second team all-county, Morgan Winthrop. Second team all-district, academic all-district, honorable mention all-county, Lydia Bundick. Honorable mention all-district, academic all-district, Emma Gray. Academic all-district, Megan Swerkner. First team all-district, second team all-county, Mackenzie Bell. Regional semifinalist team member, Karina Flores. Regional semifinals team member, Amanda Ellis. First team all-district, academic all-district, first team all-county, TASCO academic all-state, Texas High School Coaches Association elite academic all-state, Maddie Kahanik. Honorable mention all-district, Tricia Peckendorn. Academic all-district, Caitlin Cooper. Academic all-district, TASCO all-state, Texas High School Coaches Association academic all-state, Sammy Medingen. First team all-district, academic all-district, County Forward of the Year, Tasco, second team All-Region, Maddie Bowers. Defensive MVP of the district, Defensive MVP of the county, first team All-District, Academic All-District, Tasco Academic All-State, Tasco second team All-State, and All-Star Game representative, Bailey Bowers. Second team All-District, Academic All-District, Tasco Academic All-State, Texas High School Coaches Association Elite Academic All-State, second team All-County, Kate Stroh. Also, I want to add that there were only 7, out of the entire state of Texas, there were 7 kids on the girls academic team that made the All-State Elite team. Brazos Wood had 2 of the 7. And lastly, I think because of her study halls, we have the District Coach of the Year and staff, Kim Blank and Andrew Rivera.
Well, hi, Mr. Sullivan. All right, Ms. Dave, if you could come up here.
Nobody wants to.
All right. I'm going to ask these lovely ladies on the front row to turn toward each other. Okay. Second row, turn towards each other. All right. Okay. Can y'all step out that way a little bit this row? Second row.
I can't stand on tiptoes if I have to.
So you're sitting, that would just fit. Okay, come, yep. Just trying to get everybody in. All right. Okay. Maybe you can come a little bit more this way. There we go. Okay. All right. Got him? Big look. One, two. Take your time, parents. Lots of time. Keep smiling.
Next, we have Brazos Wood boys soccer that had an outstanding season. Okay. Boys soccer team was led by Brian Heyman. First, we have first team All-District, TSCA Academic All-State, Texas High School Coaches Association Academic All-State, Academic All-District, Brazoria County Goalkeeper of the Year, Nino Osorio. First team All-District, Tasca Academic All-State, Tasca All-State second team, and Academic All-District and All-County first team, Michael Jarrell. First team All-District, Tasca Academic All-State, Academic All-District, Brazoria County Defender of the Year, Jordan Cantu. First team All-District, Tasca Academic All-State, Texas High School Coaches Association Academic second team All-State, Academic All-District, Brazoria County Midfielder of the Year, Nick Gonzalez. Second team All-District and Academic All-District, Mark Lata. Tasca, academic all-state, and academic all-district. He was all-state academic in 2 sports. A.J. Copley. Honorable mention all-district, academic all-district, Davin Samuel. Second team all-district, academic all-district, Austin Alexander. Second team all-district, Tasca, academic all-state, Texas High School Coaches Association, academic all-state, honorable mention, academic all-district, Brazoria County first team. He was also academic in 2 academic all-state in 2 sports, Kenneth Almondera. We also have Coach of the Year, Brian Heyman.
Keep going by Mr. Matthews. Keep going by Mr. Matthews. Keep going by Mr. Matthews. Coach, can I ask you to come here? Okay. Can I ask you? That might work. Shorten it except that way a little bit. Perfect. Excellent. Here? I knew that was
Next, we have our Brazos High School tennis team that's coached by Sarah Parsons. We have 3rd place in district, area qualifier, academic all-district, academic all-state, Marcus Amberee. 3rd place in district, area qualifier, academic all-district, Blair Burnett. 3rd place in district, area qualifier, academic all-district, Michael Evangelista. 3rd place in district, area qualifier, academic all-district, academic all-state, Sung Jang. 3rd place in district, area qualifier, academic all-district, Michael Lee. 3rd place in district, area qualifier, academic all-district, academic all-state, Jordan Vang. 3rd place in district, area qualifier, academic all-district, academic all-state, Anthony McBride. 3rd place in district, area qualifier, academic all-district, Reagan Moriarty. 3rd place in district, area qualifier, academic all-district, Riley Moriarty. 3rd place in district, area qualifier, academic all-district, Nathan Olachia. 3rd place in district, area qualifier, academic all-district, Fisher Siraj. 3rd place in district, area qualifier, academic all-district, academic all-state, Jeff Sims. 3rd place in district, area qualifier, academic all-district, Annie Thomas. Sarah Parsons.
Right here. You knew that was happening, right? I'm sorry. I understand. Okay. There we go. Come on up. Come up. You'll come up. There we go. No, you're fine. That's exactly what you. Perfect. Okay. Howard, you'll come up here. Mr. Atkins there. All right. Thank you. Hang on, we've still got people taking pictures, so keep those smiles going. All right, thank you very much. We'll pause for a moment to switch out. All right, now we have some places in here. If you folks would like to come on in, we have a few places. For our next presentation, we will have Fine Arts Coordinator of Extracurricular Programs, Mr. Chris Hutchison.
The cast and crew of Moon Over Buffalo advanced to by-district and area. Brazoswood was one of 244 schools that made it to area out of 1,246. The Brazoswood one-act play, directed by Carrie Cormier. Thespians earning honors included Lillian Johnson, Best Tech District, by-district, and area. Lisa Ebach, All-Star Cast. Thomas Whitmarsh, All-Star Cast. Cast and crew of Moon Over Buffalo, Matthew Markham, Morgan Garrett, Jay Mena, Alex Robinson, Adam Patterson, and Jordan Kidd. You guys turn towards each other. There we go. Okay, well, Tracy. That way the truck is see everyone? Okay. Thank you. Brazoswood's art students, under the direction of Emily Espeche, earned many honors this school year for their artistic abilities in the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, in the Austin Livestock Show and Rodeo, and in the annual Visual Arts Scholastic event. Earning honors are Lauren Demion, Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, gold medal winner, art teacher art for $8,500. Raina Klein, Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, Western Art Academy Scholarship recipient. Lindsay Arthur, Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo Best of Show. Base All Area Artist. Riley Arnold, Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo gold medal winner. Karen Mata, Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo gold medal winner. Serena Horta, Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo special merit. Domily, Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo special merit. Domily Espinosa. Haley Grammer, Austin Rodeo Youth Art Competition auction winner. Angela Barrera, Visual Art Scholastic Event, All-State Artist. And Katie Wenchy, Visual They can walk faster than I can read. Under the direction of April Reck, had an amazing run this year, earning many awards. Outstanding thespians include the Aryan Steamer, State UIL Theatrical Design Hair and Makeup, Sierra Long, UIL Theatrical Design Gold Medal, first place for State Set Design. UIL Theatrical Design, first place, gold medal, state championship. Isabella Garcia, UIL Theatrical Design, first place, gold medal, state championship. Sierra Long, again, honorable mention cast member. Priscilla Garcia, one-act play, outstanding crew. Amanda Smith, one-act play, outstanding crew. Priscilla Garcia, again, one-act play, all-star crew. In addition to these awards, Brazosport High School cast and crew earned the recognition as the UIL 4A State Theater Sweepstakes champions by earning the most points for a UIL theater event, including film, theatrical, and design, and one-act play. These award This award represents thousands of hours of hard work and creativity by these Brazosport High School Theater and Visual Arts program under the direction of April Reck and Rhonda Church. Students contributing to this highest state award include Ruby Lira, Weber, Angelica Cabanis, Amanda Smith, again, the Aryan Steamer, Sarah Long, Isabella Garcia, Johanna Kosin, Charles Vandergrift.
That concludes our student awards, but now we're moving on to our staff and our community. It is now my honor to present our next recognition, honoring outstanding BISD staff and Brazoria County partners. This recognition is quite special, but before I begin, I'd like to ask Judge Jack Brown and his staff and Judge Miller's staff to please join Mr. Massey. I would also like to ask our at-risk coordinator, Tanya Hurd, and our Executive Director of Administrative Services, Ms. Tracy Phillips, to please join the board. BISD created the Extra Mile Award several years ago to recognize individuals and groups who go above and beyond, who take that step farther than most. They are willing to go the extra mile for our students, our staff, and our community. As educators, we know that students need to be in class to be successful. Class instruction is important. And with close to 12,400 students across BISD, ensuring that all students make their way to school each day is a partnership between our district, our school, and our community. Judge Brown and Judge Miller, staff of Precinct 1, Place 1 and 2, along with BISD's attendance officers and attendance clerks, on behalf of the board and Mr. Massey, we want to thank you all for going the extra mile in turning our at-risk students into success stories while assisting the students and their families with school attendance challenges. At this time, I would like to ask our BISD attendance officers and our clerks to please join Mr. Massey and the board at the front for a photo. few awards. I have Tracy Phillips, Executive Director of Administrative Services. Come on in, folks, we've got room.
Well, it is my pleasure to be here tonight for my final board meeting. I'm going to get emotional, but I'm not. All right, to get us started this evening, by definition, an assistant principal is one who assists the principal. However, we know an assistant principal is so much more than that. BISD has some of the best APs I have ever had the pleasure of working with. They are dedicated, loyal, hardworking, positive leaders, and we as a district have much to be thankful for. In fact, they are so hardworking that neither of our winners this year can be with us tonight due to their participation in evening activities at their campus. But I wanted to recognize them anyway. I'm so pleased to present the Elementary and Secondary Assistant Principal Awards for 2017-2018 to SFA Assistant Principal Ms. Jeannie Harding at the elementary level, and FIS Assistant Principal and now Principal Mr. Ian White for the secondary. Congratulations to both of them, and I put their certificates in the mail today. All right. School counselors help all students in the areas of academic achievement, personal, social development, and career development, ensuring today's students become the productive, well-adjusted adults of tomorrow. But just like the assistant principals, we know they do so much more for the students they work with on a daily basis. They might start the day with a crying child who really doesn't want mom to leave for the day, and end the day with a lesson on bullying. Or at the secondary level, they may start the day with a conversation about life after high school, or the real world, as we call it, and end the day with a student-teacher mediation session. Whatever they are doing, one thing is for sure. School counselors come to work every day with a servant's heart. Mrs. Merritt says that Mrs. Engelking has a servant's heart and lives our mission for restoring hope and providing a vision of a bright future. She is the heartbeat of our campus and daily goes above and beyond to support all of our student needs. She truly believes in the greatness within all students and their abilities to overcoming life's challenges. Mrs. Espinoza says Mrs. Prusing is an advocate for our students and parents at OA Fleming. Ms. Prusing upholds our mission of educating the whole child to be future ready by providing social and emotional supports to our parents and students. This is her driving force and passion. In addition to this, Ms. Prusing provides enriching experiences for our students through art projects, career exploration, and community involvement projects. I am so pleased to be able to present the Elementary and Secondary Counselor Awards for 2017-18 to OA Fleming Counselor Ms. Barb Prusing at the elementary level, and Mrs. Julie Engelking, Counselor at the Success Academy at the secondary. Congratulations to both of these outstanding educators. We are proud of you and appreciate your hard work and dedication to the students, parents, teachers, and staff in BISD. Nurse of the Year Award to Mrs. Sandra Bourgeois. Ms. Bourgeois, you come up here. I have a little bit to say about her, but we'll let her get up here first. Mrs. B.
nurse at the Lighthouse Learning Center, and just about the sweetest lady you will ever meet. For years, Mrs. B has been handing out crackers, putting on Band-Aids, making ice packs, and taking temperatures, and she does every bit of it with a smile on her face. Dr. Land says that Nurse Bourgeois is a very hands-on nurse, and she is willing to do whatever is needed on campus. At any given time on campus, you may see her answering the front phone, walking students to class, helping students get their breakfast and or lunch. She goes above and beyond for the diabetic students by printing out the breakfast and lunch menus to make certain of the calories and the sugar intake that the student is getting each day. Nurse B even holds them calm down, and she is famous for being the keeper of LLC's Gucci belt, a.k.a. rope, that she and the students so lovingly refer to. Nurse B is definitely a shining star in BISD, and we are so very thankful for her and for her dedication to our students and staff and setting the standard of what it's like to have a servant's heart all day, every day. And finally, I saw a shirt the other day, and it said, "Be nice to the bus driver, it's a long walk home." How true is that? But seriously, bus drivers are responsible for ensuring that our most precious cargo gets to school and back home safely every day. It's a huge responsibility, and they take their jobs very seriously. They love the kids they transport, and the words, "my route," often turn to "my kids" in a short amount of time. BISD is so fortunate to have a caring, dedicated staff of drivers for our students. So it is my pleasure to present this next award to Mr. Glenn Rice. Mr. Rice was recently selected from among district nominations across the state as the Texas Association of Pupil Transportation Bus Driver of the Year. Districts sent in entries, and the TAPT Executive Committee, made up of peers and directors, selected Mr. Rice as the winner. Mr. Rice is so deserving of such an award, said John Craig, BISD Transportation Director. He is always willing to do more than is required and looks for ways to assist others. But even more important, he is genuinely happy to do this. Congratulations, Mr. Glenn Rice, on this top honor. Assistant Superintendent Jay Whitehead to announce our 2018 BISD Foundation Setting the Standard Award winner.
Thank you. It's my privilege to recognize the winner of the Setting Standards Award for 2017-2018, Mr. Dale Hobbs. Feel free to come forward. About Mr. Hobbs. Prior to teaching, Mr. Hobbs served in the Air Force for several years. He's a graduate of Texas A&M with a BS in chemical engineering and worked at Dow Chemical Company for over 20 years as an engineer, production supervisor, and also as engineering and maintenance manager. Under his guidance, the Brazos Wood High School Rocket Engineering 2 students are designing and building a rocket to take a 5-pound payload to over 100,000 feet. It will fly at White Sands Missile Range in New Mexico next month. The rocket will weigh about 500 pounds, and its current design is, I believe, still right at 18 feet.
Yeah, a little 18 and a half feet.
18 and a half feet and 10 inches in diameter. I got to get it right. Brazosport ISD could not be more proud than to recognize Mr. Dale Hobbs and the work and time he has committed in this endeavor. Mr. Hobbs is an example of how BISD is setting and raising the standard to greater heights. Thank you, Mr. Hobbs.
And now, Ms. Mary Lou Duchesne, Human Resource Coordinator, will you please join me for hard work?
Good evening. It's my honor to present to you the HeartWorks recipient for April, Ms. Cynthia Martinez. Cynthia is the secretary to the principal at Brazosport High School. This is her 18th year at Brazosport High School and her 27th year with Brazosport ISD. Cynthia also grew up in Freeport and graduated from Brazosport High School. She definitely qualifies as always an expert. Richard Yost, the Brazosport High School principal, nominated Cynthia for this award for going above and beyond, all day, every day. Mr. Yost describes Mrs. Martinez as a dedicated worker who is the first in and last out every day. She organizes campus-wide activities throughout the year and serves as a resource for all staff to successfully complete their daily responsibilities. She works through tough times with dignity and grace and exceeds at making others feel valued. She is the glue that binds Brazosport High School together. Cynthia, please accept this dinner for two from our 4 BISD Kids partner, El Chico's, and a certificate on behalf of Mr. Massey and the board for going above and beyond to make BISD a great place to work.
Thank you. At the April 16th board meeting, the board unanimously approved the hiring of the Chief Human Resource Officer. It is my honor and privilege to introduce to you tonight a 1999 Brazos Wood High School graduated 1 year early. She let me know that. And our new Chief Human Resource Officer, Ms. Christy Kirshner.
In June because we have more students and staff to honor for setting the standard across the state. Thank you all very much for your patience.
back. We have a public hearing. Mr. Brian Cole will conduct our public hearing to discuss the renaming of the Be Success Academy. This will be a public hearing, so audience participation is invited at the conclusion of this presentation. Mr. Brian Cole.
Good evening. In accordance with Board Policy CW Local, it is my pleasure to conduct a public hearing this evening on the renaming of the Be Success Academy. According to Board Policy CW Local, a facility shall be renamed according to the following guidelines. Students, staff, and residents shall be encouraged to suggest names for a facility. Only the board shall have authority to name or rename a new or existing facility. If a name recommendation is after a person, the board will take into consideration the person's accomplishments, length of service to Brazos Sport ISD, community support, and campus support of the name. Prior to formal action, a public hearing will be held to consider recommendations for names for our facility. The campus. The campus is classified as an alternative education dropout recovery campus by the state of Texas. At least 75% of the students served must be considered at risk of dropping out from high school. We consistently serve over 95% or more students that are at risk at the Be Success Academy. At least 50% of the students must be age 17 or older. We serve right around 75% of our students that are 17 or older. The campus provides the following service to our students. Credit recovery for students who are significantly behind in credits, including students unsuccessful their freshman year of high school. Recovery of dropouts for students returning to high school after previously dropping out. Evening school for students who are unable to attend school during the day due to work or other concerns. And pregnancy-related services for students who are expecting. Why change a name? The following are reasons to consider a name change. The Be Success Academy's name is not aligned with the names of our existing 9 through 12 campuses. We have Brazos Port High School, Brazos Wood High School, and then the Be Success Academy. As the campus emerges from the targeted improvement process this year, a new name will complement the new strategies and vision the campus pursues as it moves into the future. The new vision for the Be Success Academy is setting the standard for restoring hope and providing a vision of a bright future. The campus has provided 4 suggestions for consideration based on feedback from students and employees. Those 4 suggestions are Brazos Oaks High School, Brazos Crossings High School, Brazos Bend High School, Brazos Creek High School. Since this is a public hearing, I'm happy to answer any questions from the board or the audience and receive input on additional names for the consideration or input on the names shared by the campus. The recommendation to name the campus will be an action item on the board meeting agenda in June. At this time, we'll open the public hearing to any questions or comments or input.
George? So if we could pull the names back up. I like all the names. The one thing when you're naming, I know especially with kids, you have to do like the initials test. And so I kind of, BO, and then 2 BCs, which could be a little bit confusing with Brazos Sport College. So just food for thought in the final selection of a name. I like them all. It just, sometimes you got to think about unintended consequences of selections that are made. And then if we can go back up to the vision statement, the one idea that popped into my head, just again, food for thought, is right there in the vision statement, Brazos Hope. Because it basically aligns with the vision statement. It doesn't necessarily have to be tied to something geographic like the other names. So just, again, food for thought.
Thank you.
Just a reminder, this is a public hearing, so any audience participation is encouraged. And welcome, yes. Chief, I know. Anyone? We're good. Any other board members have
Which one do you like? Which one do you like? Well, myself and the thinking, we lean towards Brazos Oaks, being that any place our campus is going to be in the area is always typically going to have oak trees. Also, Brazos Crossing, being that it's the crossing of both of the high schools, because we do get kids from both places. The Bend is, we're on a bend in a road.
like Brazosport, Brazoswood,
Just
just
say
made
we
into
make
one
one
word.
Be
So
Oaks.
then it would be Brazos Oaks instead of two words.
I agree.
Votes.
That's definitely a possibility. Board to consider. Any other comments at this time?
Mr. Atkins?
Yeah, is there a, I mean, this is a as you say, this is a recovery group, leading the way, hopefully, to get our kids back on track. I know it's not quite a high school, I guess most of them are, we're serving high school age, but is there a concern with keeping an academy behind it? So, that's a little, to me, that does make something a little bit special. I don't know, just to keep the word academy in there, seems like, I would throw that out also.
And ultimately, it is the board's decision.
Any other comments? I personally was excited when I heard that we were changing it to the Be Success Academy. I thought that was to use George as the branding, or be everything, or, all of our other stuff would be. I thought that was a good fit, but I had not thought this other way. So, just a thought.
Absolutely.
Okay. Anyone else? All right. Thank you, Mr. Cole.
Thank you.
Sir? We will officially close our public hearing. Since there are no further questions. At this time, we will entertain an audience with individuals. According to BED Local, the board will provide an audience with individuals who have signed up prior to the meeting to address the board. Tonight, we do not have any requests to comment to the board, so we will move to the next item on our agenda. The next item on our agenda is the consent agenda. Are there any items to be requested to be pulled from the consent agenda tonight? Anyone? If not, then do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Move to approve.
Moved by George, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Patty Sayes. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed by nay. It carries. Thank you. The next item on our agenda is our action items. Action item A is the easement with Central Point Energy. Ms. Rebecca.
Good evening. In accordance with Chapter 11 of the Texas Education Code, tonight I present for consideration an easement with CenterPoint Energy. A utility easement has been requested related to the location of the utility lines at the new T.W. Walk Elementary School. CenterPoint has prepared the necessary documents, and they're attached for your review in Board Book. These documents have been reviewed by administration, and we recommend that the Board of Trustees approve the attached easement to provide electrical services to the new T.W. Walk Elementary. Be happy to answer any questions.
Move for approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. I do have a question before we get to the vote. I was looking at the diagram that was sent for our information. How much is it going to change from what's currently there from a aerial perspective? The reason I'm asking is I just want to make sure that it's pretty. Let's put it that way. In the past, years back, I voted on some stuff to approve some easements, not fully understanding all the utility poles that were going to go up. And so I'm just curious, before we pass this, how much is it going to change from what it looks like right now from the aerial perspective?
One thing that we do, and I'm all about the pretty, because I don't like poles and transformers in the air and all that. So that's why we see on this blanket easement, let me back up just a little bit. It's called a blanket easement because they're giving you a general, non-specific location. The drawing is fairly accurate on exactly where the pole with the transformer, the main power pole coming in, then it comes in and goes underground to a transformer.
Right.
We have a pad-mounted transformer to keep from seeing the ugly transformers up on the pole.
Right, okay.
So you've got aerial and underground. And so the drawing that is on the CenterPoint documents is fairly accurate. Once those items are in place, then they create the exact easement, and it no longer becomes a blanket.
Okay.
So, but we don't want poles all over the place. When we were planning the Boydell School, just to give you a little bit of history, at one point there was going to be a bunch of poles in front of the school, and we didn't want that, obviously. And so we went to the pad-mounted transformer, and
I would much rather have more underground than
absolutely.
So I just, all right, just wanted to clarify. Okay. We do have a motion before us. It's been moved by Scott and seconded by Patty. All those signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed by nay. That's carried. Thank you. The next item on our agenda is action item B, to consider the package C change order. Ms. Rebecca Kelly.
In accordance with Board Policy CV Legal, if a change in plans or scope is necessary, the district may approve a change order to a contract. On April 16th, the board approved a guaranteed maximum price from Sterling Structures for Package C projects. 2 additional projects have since been identified, which are a security vestibule at Griffith Elementary and to extend the awning at the south side of the new Boydell Elementary School. As a continued effort to provide safe and secure learning environment, we worked with BLK Architects and reviewed front entrance accesses at several campuses. The front entrance at Griffith Elementary is currently not secured. With campus input, we have worked with BLK to design a vestibule that would secure that front door, the reception area, and the hallways off to the front entrance. You can see in this picture that the front door will be secured. It's a little blurry, but I did put it in your board update with a buzz-in access, and the open reception area will be secured with glass. Then 2 doors will be installed with buzz-in access, which will prevent visitors from entering and walking down the hallways. After receiving some feedback from our Citizens Bond Oversight Committee about the awning at the south end of Boydell Elementary, we worked with BLK and Sterling to develop plans to extend the awning so that it provides sufficient coverage for drop-off and pickup at this end of the building. The district's construction manager at risk, Sterling Structures, has assisted the district's architect, BLK, with developing the construction documents for these additional projects and has provided a change order in the amount of $280,692, of which $10,000 is for contingencies. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve a change order of this amount to the existing Package C projects that was approved in April. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Mr. Atkins.
How long is the awning, the addition, approximately? I mean, is it going all the way out to the street?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty good distance.
Okay. Any other questions?
Oh, is the awning going to curve? I'm sorry. Is it a curved awning?
Same thing.
Okay.
Any other questions? I have one. This has come up in the past, so I'm just going to ask it without delving too far into recent events, but do we know what the dollar amount would be for the difference in the type of glass that we've used in all of our other vestibules to something more secure?
We did evaluate the bullet-resistant glass and the amount.
I think just at the reception area alone, it was about $50,000.
Okay.
For the difference in the glass.
But it's not proof.
Correct. Okay. That's my question. Any other? All right. Do I have a motion to accept the Package C change order as presented?
I'll make the motion.
Moved by Mr. Atkins. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by George. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed by nay. Carried. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you all.
Next item on our action item list is action item C, the all-day pre-K at Freeport Elementary. Ms. Clarissa.
All right, good evening. In accordance to EHBG Legal and EH Local, Brazosport ISD will provide a rigorous and relevant learning experience to ensure that every student will be future ready. As we continue to set the standards for excellence in BISD, we are proposing a full-day pre-kindergarten program at Freeport Elementary beginning next year for our 4-year-olds who meet the qualifications and eligibility for pre-K. So let's have a quick review about what makes a student eligible for pre-K. They're unable to speak or comprehend the English language, which makes them English language learners. They qualify for free or reduced lunch. They're homeless, or they're a child of an active duty member of the Armed Forces of the United States, or they're a child of a member of the Armed Forces of the U.S. who was injured or killed while serving on active duty, and they could be in the conservatorship of the Department of Family and Protective Services. They could also be a child of a person eligible for the Star of Texas Award as a peace officer, firefighter, or emergency medical first responder. Freeport Elementary was chosen to expand the all-day pre-K for the following reasons. Freeport has a brand new building with plenty of spaces for these classrooms, and their student population is 92% economically disadvantaged, with a 36% of English language learners. They have teachers that can be reallocated to the positions. For example, there's lower enrollment in kinder and first grade, which means that we can move that teacher to pre-K. Right now, we're anticipating 5 pre-K classrooms next year, and we currently have 5 teachers with pre-K certifications. So far, we have 116 pre-K students at O.A. Fleming that will move to Freeport Elementary. We hope to get more. And finally, the program will provide a jump start to ensure that our early learners are grade level ready upon entering kindergarten. Instructional time for learning will be more than doubled, from 225 minutes to 450 minutes. In addition, this will serve as a district-wide recruiting tool for early learners in the Freeport zone. Although the research advocates more time for learning for pre-K programs, I'd like to share what we learned from our all-day pre-K at Stephen F. Austin STEM Academy. The next slides will show a comparison analysis from the pre-K students who received a half-day program during the 2016-2017 school year to this year's pre-K who received a full day. iStation is the screener we're utilizing to measure reading growth in our pre-K students. The Ability Index is the comprehensive score that includes all skills tested, and these skills include listening comprehension, letter knowledge, phonemic awareness, alphabetic decoding, comprehension, vocabulary, and spelling. In this slide, we can see the difference between last year's half-day class scores versus this year's full-day class scores. And these students are increasing performance and demonstrating kindergarten readiness. Now let's look at attendance. Student attendance increased this year from 92.5% to 93.6% in our full-day class. Overall, there are many benefits to having an all-day pre-K program. Language and cognitive skills are improved, and family interest and involvement is enhanced throughout the full-day pre-K program, and high student achievement and self-esteem are directly related to full-day pre-K programs. Preschool education significantly impacts children's future academic success, social development, and school readiness. All children learn more and demonstrate readiness for formal schooling after attending well-planned, high-quality preschool. Children who attend a high-quality preschool program tend to complete more years of education, attain higher levels of productivity in adulthood, and have decreased rates of crime and delinquency. Research has shown that full-day pre-K programs help young children. By providing full-day pre-K at Freeport Elementary, it would not only increase the number of students and reduce the absentee rate, but
would provide more time for the teachers to meet the needs of our early learners. Our goal is to ensure that our 4-year-olds are grade level ready and will enter kindergarten amply prepared for kindergarten readiness. So it's the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Trustees approve a full-day pre-K program at Freeport Elementary. And I will now ask any clarifying questions.
Mr. Atkins? Yeah, how many, did you say we have at OA Fleming now in pre-K? 160.
We have 116.
Okay, so have we got any registered yet for pre-K for next year? Or is that?
We just completed our roundup, and I don't know exactly how many we have for Fleming. I know for the district. I know we've had more turnout for the roundup this year than we've ever had. But it's really hard to say because in our past trends, the roundup is not a good predictor for what actually shows up when school starts. We round up in the spring, but then when school starts in August, we have sometimes double what we had in the roundup.
How many K and first grade classes do we anticipate or hoping for, or whatever verb we want to use for at Freeport Intermediate?
At Freeport Elementary? Okay, let's see, we have 5 pre-K. I'm thinking of
About 8 for grade level, correct?
8 and sometimes I think 9.
8 or
8
9.
in kindergarten and 9 in first grade.
Okay.
Any other questions?
How do we target those kids? How do we get that word out? I mean, I assume most of them have a brother, sister, hopefully, probably in there, but there's still probably others that are out there. What other things do we do other than?
Well, we do a lot with social media, and we do everything in English and Spanish. And mainly it's getting the word out with the siblings. And then, you know, when school starts, that's why you might have double what you got in the roundup. Everybody's going to school, and it's like, wait a minute. And I think the word is out in our Freeport community. It's going to be all day, perhaps. It's going to be all day.
What does that roundup look like?
The roundup is, you know, we have flyers going out, and the people come to school and register and let everybody know so that we can check their shop records and their proof of residency and different things like that. So it expedites the process when you come back in the fall.
Can they do that online as well for the pre-K?
Pre-K?
No, online's only if they have been enrolled.
Or the
current
current
students.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, currently we do have 8 first grade classrooms in Fleming, and 4 of them are 8 English and 4 bilingual first grade. 12 first grade classrooms currently.
We have a recommendation from the administration to approve an all-day pre-K at the Freeport Elementary. Do I have a motion to approve?
I move to approve as presented.
Moved by George. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Cuellar. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed by nay. Carries. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
First grade.
Next item on our agenda are our reports. Report A is the 2012-2014 bond project update. I'm assuming Mr. Alex next.
Good evening. In accordance with Board Policy CV Local, it is my pleasure to present the 2012-2014 bond update. As of May 18th, for 2012 bond, total POs issued of $38,087,157, or approximately 94.51% completed or in progress. 2014 bond, total POs issued of $93,574,593, or approximately 53.47% completed or in progress. Completed projects for 2014 bond are the new linear gymnasium, Polk and Griffith classroom and gymnasiums, Package A summer projects, New Boydell Elementary, Package B, and CTE projects. Current projects are the Freeport Elementary under construction nearing completion, Ogden Elementary replacement under construction, kitchen and press box improvements are in construction phase beginning Friday. Package C summer 2018 projects will begin Friday. Roberts Elementary replacement is in design development, and Stephen F. Austin additions are also in design development. Freeport Elementary School opening August of 2018 is looking fantastic. Contractors are finishing up a lot of minor details. They'll be working on the punch list for the next couple of weeks, and then the new furniture will be delivered in the middle of the month. And after the July 4th weekend, we'll be moving over from the new Fleming School into the new school. This photograph was taken this weekend after the new light poles went up. And it shows the front entry of the school with some of the landscaping in place. There's lots of palm trees around, and the contractor gave us a really good deal on the palm trees. We actually had an option of having palm trees half the size or these large ones for the same price, and I took it upon myself to take the large. This is just another view of the stacking lane at the front of the campus. This is the front entry of the school, looking towards the front door. This is the front doors of the school. And this is the pre-K and K pickup and drop-off lanes that are on the west side of the campus. It has its own circle drive and stacking lane over in that area with canopies and for the kids to be picked up or dropped off. This is an example of one of the outdoor learning areas outside of the collaboration areas. Each wing has a collaboration area at the front of the wing and then at the rear of the wing, and each of those collaboration areas has a outdoor learning space that is fenced off and secure. This particular area is in the front of the school and will have a decorative wrought iron fence around it. This is at the rear of the school where the gymnasium and cafeteria are, as well as the bus loop pickup and drop off. That's what the canopy is on the right hand side of the picture, and then the large hard surface play area in the back, and then there's also a playground that'll be over to the left. This is looking in towards the Kiva and the media center as you walk into the front door, in the front door common area of the school. The Kiva is directly in front of you, and then the media center directly behind that. This is a view of looking inside the media center out towards the front entry of the school. That circular space in the over towards the right is the Kiva. There are patterns in the carpet that kind of gives the pathways through the different areas of this space. Again, pictures just do not do anything in this building justice, because it's just really hard to take a good picture that shows how nice it really is. There's lots of different elements in it, lots of angles and circles and things of that nature. But this is inside the media center, looking out towards the Kiva. This is looking the other direction in the media center, and the glass area in the bottom left of the picture is the, I always forget the name of this room. This is the maker space, and it's got a folding glass partition that completely opens up and lets that room open up into the rest of the area. This is just another view in the common area behind the media center, looking in through the glass. The gym and the cafeteria area, this photograph was taken before the folding partition was installed. I took this picture on Wednesday, and the partition was installed Friday. But there's a gym floor throughout on both sides. The gymnasium area will have the typical gymnasium striping that we have in the elementary gyms. This is a view looking from the kitchen towards the stage area. And this is a view of one of the collaboration areas. That room over to at the back of the picture is the This is a typical collaboration area that also leads, as you can see where it leads outside. There's also built-in millwork there for teacher supplies and also a teacher workstation. And it's kind of hard to see in this picture, but there is a marker board that goes all the way to the floor, and it's actually it's called a wall talker, and it's actually magnetic, and it's also a projection screen, and you can write on it. Lots of writing surfaces on the walls of this campus. This is a typical teacher workstation. Teacher group workstation that's in each wing. They each have their own workstation, workroom, I should say. And then there is a large storeroom and workspace behind that's attached to it as well. This is a typical corridor. If you recall, during the design, there's no flat walls in these corridors. There's some breakout areas that allow the teachers from a couple of different rooms to break out into the hallway where there's marker boards and tack boards and things and such that are on the walls that you can see on the left. This is a typical classroom view looking out towards one of the playgrounds. And this is a different room, but it gives you an example of the millwork that's in the room. This is one of the rooms that has a shared restrooms in it. There's a sink, hand washing sink and mirror and such. And then the cabinets to the left are where the charging carts are stored, and also has the light cabinet on the left is also a markable writing surface that the teachers can use for teaching.
From the exterior wall.
Pardon me?
What is that at the lower portion of
Those
the exterior wall?
are their bins, the student cubbies. Thank you. Always want to call them lockers, but they're cubbies. TWOG, opening August of 2019, is moving on very well. We finally have a project that the weather is cooperating with us. So they're actually probably a little bit ahead of schedule on this project. I'm sure most of you have driven by this, and there's lots of activity taking place. This was an aerial view that was taken a couple of weeks ago. There's an enormous amount of work that has taken place since then, but it kind of gives you an idea of how the school lays out on the property. You can see the admin building and the credit union down at the very end in the upper center part of the picture. 2018 summer projects, which are about to get underway, are the kitchen and press box improvements, kitchen equipment replacement at Polk and Griffith, and press box improvements at LJI, include intermediate. Slade Field press box replacement will take place between between Thanksgiving and Christmas break. Package C, repurpose library into collaborative media centers at Polk, Griffith, Velasco, Rasco, and Lanier. Renovations to the existing transition center. Storefront repairs and replacement at Brazos Wood High School. Auxiliary gym floor replacement at Brazos Fort High School. And security vestibule at Griffith Elementary, as well as the canopy extension at Boydell Elementary. So another busy summer. I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have at this time.
Pool still holding water?
Last time I was over there.
Any other questions?
My only question on the Freeport, do you think they may have the same canopy issues that we had at Boydell that we might want to look at?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, we've gone and looked at all the designs, and they're very ample. In fact, I looked at them again. I looked at the drawings, but then all the canopies are in place over at Freeport, and so they all go right up to the curb.
Oh, good. Okay. You had a picture of one.
Absolutely.
Pretty school. It's good.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here, Mr. Lane.
Yes, sir.
Next item on our report is Report B, the Student Literacy Performance on the End of the Year Screener Assessments, grades kindergarten through second. Mr. Martell.
Good evening. In accordance with EH Local, or Big Five student outcomes, and BISD goal number 1, in which Brazosport ISD will provide a rigorous and relevant learning experience that every student will be future ready. It is my pleasure to present BISD's end of the year student literacy performance data for our kindergarten through second grade students. As you know, we currently use Star Renaissance, an assessment that screens our students 3 times a year to monitor student literacy performance. In addition, this year we also piloted at 2 campuses, Gladys Polk and T.W. Ogg, the iStation Screener. The purpose of this 2-pronged approach was to determine which assessment will provide us the data needed to intervene when students are identified to be struggling with early literacy. Now, though both provide pertinent reading data, iStation assessments are shown as more comprehensive growth information over 5 crucial areas related to early literacy development. We feel this information better enables our teachers to more expediently recognize specific reading difficulties and address individual student needs, and it is a reading assessment that we will be using next school year. This first table indicates our growth literacy percentages from the beginning of the school year to the end of the school year for our kindergarten students. This table also illustrates the number of students tested, individual campus performance, and overall district performance. Our district goal for this year was to have 82.6% of our students on grade level. We currently have 90.6% of our students on grade level. This is a 33% increase over where our students were performing when they entered kindergarten, and an 8% increase over the end of the year goal. In addition, this slide displays that all of our elementary campuses had double-digit growth gains. Similar to the first table, this table demonstrates the performance of our first grade students. As you can see, the assessments become more challenging, and the scores from the beginning of the school year to the end of the school year reflect those challenges. 5 of our schools, AP Boydell, Bess Brannon, Gladys Polk, Madge Griffith, and T.W. Ogg, have shown an increase in students being on grade level. 3 of our schools did not meet expected growth standards, while 1 held constant. Our end of the year goal for our first graders was 81%. And as a district, we did meet our 81% goal with an overall 2.6% increase compared to the scores from the beginning of the school year. This next slide displays our end-of-the-year literacy percentages for our second graders. As you can see, all of our campuses had significant gains, including 3 of our campuses, AP Boydell, Elizabeth Ney, and Stephen F. Austin, who had increases of 20% or higher. Unfortunately, we did not meet our end-of-the-year goal that was set at 82.6%, but grew as a district 15.5% over the beginning of the year screeners and 3% over last year's end-of-the-year screeners. And this final table demonstrates where we were last year at the end of the school year with the percentage of students who were on grade level compared to this year's percentage of students who currently are on grade level. If you look across the top of the table, the kindergarten class percentage was 81% in 2016, 74% last year in 2017, and 90% this year. This table also illustrates where each cohort grade level was last year compared to this year. Going back to the kindergarten class from last year, the percentage was 74%, but as first graders this year in 2018, their percentage is 81%. The yellow and blue boxes in this table also indicate percentages of district students as they progress from one grade level to the next. In closing, this report was intended to provide you a clearer picture of our end-of-the-year progress toward meeting our literacy goals for BISD students in kindergarten through 2nd grade. We do have some challenges that we recognize, especially in first grade as literacy skills become more complex, but we are optimistic that we are moving in the right direction. I will now answer any questions that you may have regarding this report.
Yeah, you mentioned this, the Star Rim and the iStation. Which scores are which? I mean, do we...
T.W. Ogg and Polk would be iStation scores. The other ones would be Star Renaissance scores. Because we piloted those 2 assessments at those 2 campuses to see what we would get instead of launching it through the entire district and trying to do a comparison.
So the iStation is for all 3 grades?
Yes.
Okay. So what does it tell us?
What does it tell us?
Yeah. What does our scores tell us with iStation versus the Star Rim?
iStation, I think, is a little tougher. I think the scores will be probably more comprehensive. It will give us the ability to look at intervention sooner for our students because it has more comprehensive data, covers more areas. We also use it as a screener for our ESL students. It has a Spanish component to it that provides lessons for our teachers, that provides instruction that we currently haven't been using in the past. We have used in selected areas, but we haven't used it overall throughout the district. So we feel that we'll probably be able to advance quicker by using that particular assessment.
Can you go back to the chart that had the red and yellow on it?
Yes.
Let me kind of follow up on one. So the scores, I mean, what caught my attention is the scores of odds are pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
So and it's more intensive or comprehensive tests. So would it have been anything higher if they used a star beam? I mean, those are good scores.
I agree they're good scores. I can't say. It would probably not be.
But what it does do, it provides more specificity. If I say that correct, specificity, so that we can really hone in on individual skills to fix those. That's why we went to iStation, because you're going to get scores from both, but that specificity is what we really need to provide the most appropriate interventions.
The reports break down better, where we can look at specific areas where students aren't comprehending material, which will help our teachers to better instruct in their classroom.
So plans for next year
would be to use iStation. We ran this by our elementary principals, and they were very much in agreement that they wanted to go in this direction because of the data that provided.
Across the board?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Feedback from teachers on that?
The feedback I would have received was from the principals, and that they agreed with it. That they wanted to go in this direction.
And those principals, but do the teachers want it also?
I only heard from the principals. I didn't tally the teachers. I think you're going to find that you're going to see some people get used to a certain program, and some people would want to have a change. I can't accurately assess that.
Somebody wants to
We surveyed our teachers to get feedback from them.
Okay.
And also, we want them to feel very comfortable, so Mr. Martell has been vigilant in providing all the training needed so that everyone understands how to give those assessments appropriately.
There'll be a lot of training this summer. We don't have a choice.
George, you have another question before we got up? No, it was kind of the same thing. Okay. The ones that previously were star ran, and then the new one on iStation. I mean, apples to apples, they're not necessarily going to be apples to apples. I think that's what Jerry was kind of indicating, that OG to make such a big leap, plus using a different program is admirable.
I think, too, to always remember, it's not just the screener that made the leap. Mm-hmm. There was a plethora of things put in place in OG to get those results.
Keep up the plethora.
All right. Any other questions for Mr. Martell? Thank you, sir. Next item on our report is report, I'm going to call it C, the board committee reports.
Oh, no, I didn't have any. I got a lot of it.
Any others? Hearing none. Next item is our work session discussion. Our next regular scheduled board meeting will be June the 18th. Next item is our executive session. Executive session may be called for the purposes permitted by the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Section 551.001 through 551.146, Section 551.071, consultation with attorneys, Section 551.074, personnel matters, appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, dismissal, and complaint.
President Howard, before we break, if you don't mind, I would like to thank Mr. Sullivan for his service on the board. He was very serious about his role as a board member. He was always present, always extremely visible, represented his constituents extremely well. And on behalf of the BISD administration, Mr. Sullivan, we appreciate your service.
All right, we shall return. Next item on our agenda is action item A, consider superintendent evaluation, superintendent contract amendment, and related actions.
I'd like to make a motion that we adjust the superintendent's salary to $230,000 for the coming year.
A second.
It's been moved by Scott, seconded by Patty. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed by nay. It carries. Unless there's any objection, we stand adjourned.
I expect more VIPs.